Hi friends, how are you? I've been talking to you guys for a while and I wanted to share some information about myself. I am an oxymoron. What does that mean? I will bring out my Merriam-Webster dictionary to give you a definition. It says a combination of contradictory words. That is not very informative. Let's go to Wikipedia then. It says an oxymoron is a figure of speech that juxtaposes apparently contradictory elements. It is not, however, a contradiction in terms. So, some examples. Some examples are The Living Dead, a guest host, mad wisdom, a mournful optimist, and violent relaxation. I've never heard of that last one, but I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of what an oxymoron is. So I want to let you guys know of 3 oxymorons about me. Oxymoron number 1, I am a realistic idealist. And I know you guys have heard me call myself an idealist before, but I want to clarify, I'm a realistic idealist, or I strive to be, in that I see ideas as worthy goals to strive towards. We all have ideals, even those of us who are the most pessimistic, most seemingly hopeless people. We all have ideals. You might have the ideal that you will not be disappointed in life and therefore you won't expect much, and that is your ideal. Like, there's no way, if you can think in abstract thought, you have ideals, you have ideas. Ideals are not things that are necessarily easy to come across. The ideals that I choose to strive for, I feel like, are worthy goals that will bring true happiness and joy and peace in my life and hopefully in the lives of others. So a realistic idealist. I cannot do anything. On USA Channel, there was this quote that someone kept on saying, I can do anything that I want. Like, I forget what it basically said. There's no such thing as that which I cannot do. And honestly, there is, because I cannot jump on my head while simultaneously talking on my iPhone on the moon with one foot on Pluto, which is no longer a planet, and then through one phone call make Pluto a planet again. I can't do that. I have to be realistic. And while that was like a really over-the-top example, obviously I have to live in this world, and ideas, you have to give them substance. You have to live them out. So that's what I try to do, and that's where the realistic part comes in. What are some ideals that I can think of? Compassion. Again, it's really hard to be compassionate all the time, but to say that you are not going to be compassionate because you don't think it's realistic, that is almost like accepting defeat and striving towards defeat in itself. And defeat is an idea in itself. I strive to be honest. I strive to be someone who respects other people and tries to have others' best interests in mind. Truly respecting other people and the dignity of everyone's life, that is a worthy goal. If you are late to go to work and you drive a little bit fast, you're not being as respectful of the worth of your life and the lives of others, but it's still a worthy goal. I strive to see beauty in the world and be thankful, and again, that's sometimes hard, but that's something to strive for. Those are all things that I feel like are worthy to strive for. They're worthy to talk about and to think about and to figure out how to achieve them. And yeah, so those are some ideals that are important to me. You can write in the comments some ideals that are important to you. In a way, I hope that we're all realistic idealists, where we realize the ideas that are leading us and we can evaluate those and see if those are ideas that we really want to strive towards, and then are realistic in that we can see how these ideas are working in our lives and see how we can get closer to the ones that are important to us. So yeah, realistic idealist, that's the first one. Number 2, I'm a disorganized perfectionist. No, this is not necessarily an oxymoron to strive towards. Disorganized can be kind of annoying to yourself and others, and perfectionist isn't realistic. So it's probably aren't the best words, but I've heard people say that they relate to being a disorganized perfectionist when I said that once in one of my videos. So I guess the moral of the story is do the best with what you have. And if you are a bit disorganized, keep on striving and you can make things work. It might take a little bit more effort, but don't give up. That is my moral of that oxymoron. Do the best with what you have. I don't know why I have this finger out. Do the best with what you have. That sounds better. Do the best with what you have and don't give up. Take feedback and help when necessary. Yeah. It's not that bad. I think I get things done. I tend to find all the papers and stuff that I need. So it kind of works. Yeah, that's number 2. Number 3. I try to be a merciful, just person. I try to seek both mercy and justice, which I feel like they go hand in hand and they shouldn't be separated because I feel like they should both be aimed towards the best of the person to which they're directed and to the society that is affected by the decisions made. When consequences are necessary, consequences are sometimes necessary. They should be dished out. But when consequences are not going to help anyone, you need to see what the best way to solve the issue is. The best example of this that I can think of is my work with autistic kids. I work in ABA therapy, applied behavior analysis, and a lot of it is seeing the consequences for behaviors, the things that are maintaining children's disruptive behaviors, and see how maybe they are satisfying a genuine and good want and need by doing not so great things. Oftentimes kids won't, if they don't have the communication skills to tell you what they want, they will resort to very dramatic and disruptive behaviors. So the mercy part is, I guess, staying calm, just realizing their needs. I guess the main part of mercy, the main component of mercy, I think, is understanding the other person's needs and abilities and seeing what the best action is. Like, you might have to see, how can I help this child communicate better? And in a way, I guess that could be an example of mercy. I don't know if that's a bad example. But then justice is, once you've given the child the tools to work with, there can be consequences. So there can be rewards for positive behaviors and then consequences for negative behaviors. And the consequences can be just that they don't get the positive reward. So no matter how much they whine, no matter how much you really want to give them that extra candy or that toy that they really want, you have faith in their abilities and you know that they can do better once you already have been proven that they are able to respond in the way that you want them to. So having unrealistic expectations for like a child who can't talk. If you expect the child to walk up to you and tell you what they want verbally, that's not going to happen. But if you take into account what they are able to, maybe they're able to point to a picture, and then you reward them pointing to the correct picture, and then if you have faith in their ability to communicate, once you've already taught them to communicate through pictures or through a certain picture and you know that they can do it, you wait for them to be able to do it the proper way. So I guess that's my best example of justice and mercy. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess in the judicial system, mercy would be looking at circumstances surrounding crimes, and then justice is when you realize that someone is a danger to society or to themselves, you take the appropriate actions to make sure that others and themselves are safe. If you're in an abusive relationship, it is not good for you to be abused. It's not good for the other person to abuse you. I feel like compassion and being a positive person and having a positive influence in other people's lives is helpful and positive to the person themselves. And if they are harming you, that's not good for them either. Like, you need justice. You need to remove yourself from that situation and make sure that they get the help that they need, which I guess would be the mercy part. Or if they need to face consequences, they need to face consequences. I guess those are my examples. I don't know if they're good examples. You can let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, justice and mercy. I try to be a merciful, just person. Yeah, I guess that my extra bonus paradox is that I like dogs, but I have a cat. Look at this cat. Say hi, cat. Hi. You can. Yeah. Okay. That's all for now, folks. Bye.